Why do you struggle with instilling new habits into your lifestyle, new changes into your lifestyle, new habits that will replace old habits and bad habits, reinstalling new habits that will spark your well deserved new journey ahead that may actually bring you the best results in a lifestyle that you never experienced before? And why don't we start with nutrition, mindset, wellness, training, sleeping, fasting, eating the right stuff, the nutrients, drinking enough water. Now, as I went down that list, I didn't have a script or a piece of paper reading it. It's a lot of it sounds like it's a lot, but it's very simple. And a lot of this really comes down to having good habits and dialing into your daily habits that compound over time. Now, you may be asking yourself, why am I still eating like ish? Why am I still reaching for the junk food? Why can I not concentrate? Why am I giving in to the voices of the devil? You know, believe it or not, I think the real mindset really lies in your gut, your stomach. That's where the real mind is, because your gut health determines your mental health. I think both are interconnected, they both influence each other. And a lot of it has to do with the stories you're telling yourself and what you're digesting by way of lifestyle, your experiences, your pain, the suffering, right? And some of this is also sparked with the type of stresses you endure, either on a daily basis. PTSD is a big one. However, this is applicable to you. These are all factors that come into play, in a way, have ingrained themselves in your DNA in a way that you are unable to make the change. Well, I'm here to tell you you can. And it's as simple as starting off with detoxing, right? So detoxing can take it in a few ways. Detoxing for me is really fasting. Fasting from people, intermittent fasting also, from food, and prolonging gratification, whether it's instant or in the near future. You can determine and design what that plan looks like, but you got to have a plan. I don't think you can really wing it. And if you wing it, you will be somewhat successful. You will somewhat be able to take a few steps, and you somewhat may see results. And a lot of times what happens is, if you don't have this plan, you default right back to where you started. So in other words, you put in all that work for 3 months, 6 months, and by the fifth or sixth month, you're already given up. You're already teetering backwards and giving into, for example, sugar, right? Sugar is a big one. Sugar is a culprit. Why do we reach for the chocolate bar? Why do we reach for that cheesecake? These bad habits, in a way, sugar is a great example, by the way, because a lot of times it's not the sugar itself, it's the association of what that makes you feel in that moment. Stay with me on this one here. Many of us are looking for a quick escape as soon as discomfort hits your system. As soon as you have to exercise, as soon as you have to walk these steps, 10,000 steps every day, as soon as you have to drink a liter of water or focus on sleep hygiene, right? That is uncomfortable for some people, because these are all good habits. Dialing these habits in require some level of self-assurance talk, right? And in reversing some of the things that have been implanted in your mind by your own self, and either by the media or through surrounding yourself with people you no longer need or that no longer serves you. But you know even with sugar, right, you notice it's the very thing that brings you pleasure will also bring you pain. What do I mean by that? When you eat excess sugar, a lot of times we go overboard. We start with one cookie, but we end up with two cookies, three cookies. We want a chocolate bar, right? So we would say to ourselves, we'll just get a square, but we end up ravishing the complete bar. And what happens an hour or so afterwards? You feel like crap. I don't know about you, but my stomach hurts. And there have been times when I felt like throwing up. So the irony of this is, as sweet as sugar is, on the flip side, it can make you feel just as horrible. So this comes down to habits, bad habits, good habits. How do you reinstall them, right? And for me, the way I got to my journey here in self-improvement is when I discovered intermittent fasting as a lifestyle. Because I kid you not, having this lifestyle trickle over into many other areas of my life. And these were cultivating new habits, such as focusing, considered effort, focusing on my goals, goal setting. These were very critical to my mental health and how I foresaw the future, how I foresaw my short term goals and my long term goals, my fitness goals, my mental and emotional goals, as well as spiritual, because this is, as much as all this is physical, meaning that you have to take action, and mental, a lot of this is transformational, folks. A lot of these are transformational. Another thing is that you got to realize that you are not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Just like I started this YouTube channel, I clearly know I'm in a quiet taste and I may not be for everyone, but that's okay. You know, the healthy way to look at this is that if you end up pleasing everybody, you are really, if you are all things to all, you don't really have an individuality about you. You don't have anything that stands out about yourself. And furthermore, is that it's just not possible to please everyone these days. It never was. And so, until you can carve out your own way, your habit, and figure your own who you are as a person, this video is not about that, by the way, but it does trickle into that space. You will, it's going to be hard for you to form your habits, right? And decide what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you are trying to get out of life? And what is it that you're trying to get out of quitting bad habits and then reinstalling good habits? Write those habits down. If you want this to work as a game plan, folks, I encourage you to write these down. You know, your phone today comes with notes. Write down 10 things. I just said the number 10 because it's easy. You can just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you count down and check these off, it feels good. You feel accomplished. So, you know, breaking bad habits, it's hard, but it's only hard psychologically is because that's all we have ever known. And to do something outside of that is discomfort. But I guarantee you, it's just like the chocolate theory, is that you're going to, as much as you love it, you're going to hate it. There's a love-hate relationship in this, in all of this, because it sparks change. So you got to look at the rewards. You got to look at yourself as the finished product, right? Meaning that look at yourself as your higher self, and what does your higher self look like? What is it begging you to become? It's already there. It's already in your subconscious mind, calling it, yearning for it, and we tend to filter it off or tune it out or put blockers in it, but it never goes away because that's your subconscious mind telling you, you've sold me to the devil today. When are you going to own it? When are you going to come out and grab your future self and improve and instill some of these good habits? So pay attention to the moment. Pay attention to the escape. What are you running from? And what would you like to run toward and run toward and chase and grab and conquer? That's the real fun and beauty of this journey, is in the process you become something different. And that different is a newer version of you. Okay? On to the next one. Mamba out.